What's up, fam? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Black Ink Crew, the season finale. Let me say this to you all. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this show. For a variety of reasons. Reason number one being, this episode last night, like, I watched it, and I was going to review it last night before I went to bed. But by the time the episode went off, I said, what I'm not getting ready to do, I'm not wasting no more of my damn sleep tonight on Black Ink Crew. That episode was a motherfucking joke. Shit show joke. Here's the thing. We all know that there's a level of scripted and unscripted reality shows, right? There's a certain level there. Conversations are manipulated so certain things will be addressed. People are putting rooms together to hopefully something will pop off. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain level of scripted. That last night was just a fucking sitcom. Like, there was nothing spontaneous about. I think the closest thing that might have been spontaneous was Donna actually was showing some real emotion, and she was really hurt by what happened with C's and the fact that they jumped Alex. The fact that C's is still, even now in present day, doing lives and stuff where he's saying he ain't do nothing wrong, he don't regret nothing, and he would do it again. I can't. Like I said last week, to me, when you jump somebody, that's some punk shit. A one-on-one fight ain't never hurt nobody. If Caesar can't fight, then fuck it, Caesar can't fight. Now, Ted did apologize. Ted immediately went on his social media and he apologized for what he did. And that's the attitude that should have come across, in my opinion. Like, people fight, tempers happen, whatever. But for you to stand in that shit 3 months later and feel like you ain't do nothing wrong and act like they still did something to you, that's just utterly ridiculous. And then the episode itself was just so fake. It was just so ridiculous and fake. Anyway, I done ran it for 2 minutes on it. Let me just go on and talk about it. We start off where we left off with the fight. And let me tell you something. They've been bragging about how they was in Westchester, and that's where the rich folk are and all that. And the rich folk let you know how they roll, because they was about to call the goddamn police on y'all asses. And Kitty was like, we got to get up out of here, because they calling the police now. Right now. Not last night. Not 5 minutes ago. Let's go now. See, that's how motherfuckers on the other side handle shit. See, in the hood, people fight. They be like, they fighting. And y'all keep it moving. But see, on that side of town, where you paying a lot of money for your taxes, and you in a different bracket, they don't deal with that bullshit, knocking over tables and breaking glass and shit. And VH1 was like, we gonna write y'all a check for that, and they were like, and we still want y'all out our motherfucking establishment and leave a check. VH1, Big Fish, whoever. So then we see the next morning, Walt and Bay are talking about the whole thing, how it went down or whatever. And they like, yeah, Caesar's going to be mad, blah, blah, blah. Caesar shows up, ready to go play tennis. Talking about, I feel bad for ruining Bay's rehearsal dinner, but Alex and Donna got what was coming to them. Again, what'd they do to you in that moment? Neither here nor there. So they go out and they play golf. They play tennis. Don't nobody know how to keep score. Don't nobody know what the fuck they doing. They playing 3-on-3. Ain't no such thing as 3-on-3 tennis. It just don't exist. So if you're really talking about figuring out how the other half live and really trying to do some bougie type shit, then do it right. Do it right. 3-on-3 golf? Tennis? Who the fuck done heard of that? Can't keep score. Kitty on the sideline like, that's not how you keep score. This is how. Anyway. So from there they go and they playing golf. Okay, before I get there. We see Donna, Alex, oh shit, and his girlfriend, I forget her name, wife, Nikki. Was it Nikki? Anyway, they go out to eat, and they basically are talking about what happened the night before, and they're like, yeah, Caesar tried to jump us, and Donna was like, Caesar did jump us, him and, shit was like, well, damn, that's what, they was about to jump me, and then we got up out of there, and they basically decided, we love Bae, but we're not going to go to the wedding, like, we just can't, that's just not a good look. we just can't do it. We sorry, but it's just too much, and Caesar's just crazy. And that's where you saw Donna was crying. And I think that was real. Like, I feel like those were some real tears of hurt. With everything else, with all the bullshit, with all the silly, with all the dumb stuff that people do, I think she was really, really hurt at what Caesar did and what Ted did. And she loves Alex. And, nobody wants to see they significant other beat up that way. Like, nobody wants to see that. Alright, so then, but Donna was in there. Like I said last week, Donna was a ride or die. She was in there. Then we go play golf. So they're playing golf. He has the I believe the proper name is a little person who was one of his personal butlers for the weekend carrying his golf clubs. The golf clubs were bigger than him. That shit wasn't cute. It wasn't funny. It wasn't cute. Bay gets a phone call while they out playing golf from Rob. Bay all of a sudden takes off. Now, this is where the shit got real ridiculous. Bay walks off. Don't tell nobody what's going on. She said, I gotta go. Rob is an emergency. So I'm like, is he in the emergency room? What's going on? Bay jumps into the motherfucking golf truck. The truck that it's covered up so that they don't get hit by golf balls. And she proceeds to drive across the lawn with golf balls coming at her to get away. Then Caesar gonna send his butler, the little person, send him to go get Bay. So you see him running across the damn lawn with golf balls coming at him. It wasn't amusing to me. Like, that kind of shit ain't funny to me. Maybe it's other people's humor. Then let's think of the logic of that. Miraculously, Bay just happened to jump into a golf cart that had a key in it that wasn't locked up, wasn't locked down, and was able to drive off. She didn't say shit to nobody. Now, mind you, her wedding was supposed to be that night. She didn't say, look, nothing. Nothing. Just rolled off. Whatever. Then we see Ted and Tati. They go off. They go apple picking. They decide to make their relationship official. Okay, whatever. No big deal. Who cares? I don't care. They back at the house. They talking, they doing, basically, they're having one of those scenes that they have at the shop where they just sitting around talking about bullshit. Tati lets everybody know that her and Ted are official. Caesar said that he talked to Bay, and basically Rob is having a panic attack with everything with his dad. He's just like really upset because his dad wanted to be at the wedding, and Rob is just having a moment. And so Bay had to go. She drove back to New York to go and bring him back. And she said, we're coming back, but Rob is just really upset right now, but we'll be there. So Caesar's like, okay, I feel better now. I done talked to Bay. Everything's cool. She's going to be here. So while all this is going on, while they having this conversation, G-Wagon pulls up. We see the legs come out with the stilettos. We see the fur coat. We see the bag. Who is it? Sky in a motherfucking bikini and a fur coat rolling up in the joint. Now, let me say this. I loved her little wig. That little purple wig was so cute. But Sky is just Sky. Sky's crazy as shit. And Sky's thing was, I'm really pissed off that none of them came to my grand opening, because I understand that Bay is getting married tomorrow, but I was at the grand opening last night, and look where the fuck I'm in now. I'm at Bay's wedding. So if they really wanted to, they could have done both. So she comes in doing what Sky does. She's throwing liquor. She's cussing. She's jumping up on the table. Titties popping out. They got to blur out the screen. And everybody is sitting around looking at her like... And the new people are like, yo, she's crazy. Like, she's crazy as shit. And then after she gets done performing and jumping up on the table and shit, Caesar's like, look, I need to talk to you. Let me talk to you. So they go off into a room and they get to cussing at each other. And then finally Scott was like, you hurt my feelings. Because you basically laughed at my dream. And I've always been there for you. I've always been a ride or die for you. I've supported you. I've had your back. When nobody else had your back, I had your back. You were my brother. And for you to laugh at my dreams or laugh my dreams off and act like they weren't as important as your dreams, it hurt my feelings. And then here goes Caesar. I never really thought about it from that point of view. I understand where Sky could be coming from. I should have been more supportive. I'm sorry. Sis, I'm sorry. You know I love you. I love you too, brother. But you hurt my feelings. I love you. They hug, they make up, and life is good again. Okay. All right, that's that. Next thing you know, we're at the wedding. Caesar is freaking out because Bay ain't back yet. Everybody's ready for the wedding, dressed. Um, the pastor comes through. Ain't no Bay. The bridesmaids come through with them ugly ass dresses. Ain't no Bay. Caesar was like, okay, well, let me try to stall it. He started trying to talk to the pastor, talking about, son, you got a really nice outfit on. First of all, it's not an outfit. It's not a costume. It's not an outfit. Excuse me, but okay. Melanie is there. She looks really nice. And she said, I really didn't know if I could come, but I decided I was tired of feeling sorry for myself. And so I decided to come and support Bay. And it's hard when you're going through a breakup with somebody that you thought you were going to marry or somebody you wanted to marry and have to go to a wedding. Like, that is a hard thing to do, and smile and be happy for somebody else when you are dealing with a heartbreak. So for that, kudos, Melody, kudos. Um, so Bay doesn't call Caesar to tell him she's not coming. She calls her mother, who doesn't speak English, and says, "Ma, you gotta let them know that we're not coming. That right now, Rob is just too sad. This isn't the right time. We're going to postpone it until we're both in a good place, until we're both happy. Because it should be a happy occasion for everybody." The mama said, "I don't speak English. How am I supposed to tell them all of that?" She told me, "So you can do it, Ma. You can do it." Now, you got Sky number. You got Caesar number. You got Melanie number. You don't know Melanie there, but okay. You got Tati number. You got Ted number. You got Kitty number. You have the number to probably 80% of the people in that room, to 90% of the people in that room. And the only person you felt like you needed to call was your mother, who doesn't speak English. Now, mind you, Mama knew enough English to tell Rob don't touch her. But neither here nor there. That's fine. Don't speak no English. So Mama gets dressed, gets her makeup done. Mama looks real cute and goes over there. And she walks in there, she's smiling and stuff. And Caesar's talking to her, and she's telling Caesar in Korean that Bay ain't coming, the wedding is off. Caesar's smiling, thinking, and Caesar's thing was, which if I was Caesar, I would have felt the same thing. Caesar was like, she's smiling, she here and dressed, everything must be all good. Because her mother didn't walk in there with any sort of sense of urgency, no sort of, no, stop. Like, there's certain things you can convey even when you don't speak a language. Like, come on. It's certain things that you can let what you're trying to say, let it be known without having to do a whole lot of, talking. But neither here nor there. Okay. All right. So Caesar's like, all right, let's go. They all sit down. And they're ready to get married. So the mama said, okay, maybe he didn't understand what I said. Let me say it again. So he says it again. And miraculously, the new guy in the back, the one that looked like a serial killer with the tattoos all over his forehead and stuff, he understands Korean. And I guess he probably, once I took another look at him, maybe he's part Korean, maybe he is Korean. I don't know. But he understood what she was saying. It was like, oh, she said they not coming. They not coming. So of course Caesar is like, well, why the hell they ain't say nothing? Nobody ain't say nothing about nobody coming. Um So then the mother says, well, all of this shouldn't go to waste. Somebody needs to get married. And like Miss Kitty said, that ain't how things work in America. We don't just get married because somebody else ain't getting married. Like, that ain't really how we do things. But, of course, the pastor was like, well, does somebody want to get married? Is anybody here that wants to get married? Ted gonna stand up talking about some, come on, Tati, let's do this. What? Nigga, y'all just became an official couple earlier that day. 3 days ago, she was going home with another dude. What? Now, let's be, again, we know that whatever they do isn't binding. They didn't have a marriage license. They didn't do anything on the legal side of it. So I know it's not binding and all of that. But just the mindset that Teddy would even be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's get married. Are you crazy? So y'all know what happened next, right? Sky showed her ever-loving ass. And she starts throwing stuff at the pastor and everything to the point where they escort her out. You know, the pastor leaves. She leaves. And somebody else left. I can't remember now. And, the mama. Baby mama left. Because baby mama was like, Sky's crazy. She knew enough English to say that shit, too. She was like, Sky's crazy. So Caesar gonna say, well, we don't need a pastor. We'll just do it ourselves. And so then he marries them. And they go back and they enjoy the reception. They drop the cake. They're drinking, which is what they do best. And that's where the episode ends. That's your season finale. Da-da. No word about Donna. No word about what's going to happen with Donna and Alex. None of that. Like, no, that's the ending. Now y'all see why I didn't lose no sleep over this last night. This was some bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm going to be able to really review this show. And like I said, it's not just because it's a stupid show. Because, I mean, some story, But I just ain't crazy about some of the things how things go down in this show. Like, Caesar really don't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? All this bitch. I don't know. Y'all. I don't know. But y'all let me know what y'all think in them comments. I got a couple of months to think about it. Black Ink Cruise Chicago starts next week. I will review that. Out of the two, I like Black Ink Cruise Chicago better. So I will be reviewing that. But I don't know, y'all. We just have to figure this one out. And it looks like it's a new show, Cartel Gang or something. It looks like it's a new version of Mob Wives, but instead of Italians, they're using Latinos like Cartel instead of Mob. It looked like it's a bunch of shit. I'll be reviewing it. I'm gonna see what they talking about. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.